You're listening to international investment advisor Doug Goldstein on the Goldstein on Gelt Show, the financial show where we'll talk about how you can make the most of your money. With all the confusing financial chatter bombarding you each and every day, Goldstein on Gelt will give you the practical information you want and need about living a financially stable life. Here's your host, money maven Doug Goldstein.
Okay, we are back. We are talking with Chef Yochanan Lambiase, who is the founder of the Jerusalem Culinary Institute. Chef Yochanan Lambiase was born into 5 generations of well-known chefs, and he's won all sorts of international medals, and in fact has represented Israel at the Culinary Olympics. He appears on radio shows and on TV all around the world, and so it's quite an honor, Chef Lambiase, Yochanan, to have you on the show.
It's actually a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so much.
Tell me something, what is a Kosher Culinary Institute?
What is a Kosher Culinary Institute? Basically, the Kosher Culinary Institute was established in 2003. It's the only fully kosher cooking school in the world that trains young men and women to become pastry chefs and chefs, wine tasters, basically to be able to fill a huge vacuum that has been created through the huge explosion, I would say, of the gourmet kosher industry.
Is that gourmet industry only in Israel, or is it all over the world?
It's all over the world. I mean, you can't compare. I think you'll remember from years gone by when we could only really get one sort of Kiddush wine, and it was gefilte fish and this, that, and the other. But now it's just exploded to a multi-billion-dollar industry with more kosher products than ever before. There's restaurants, there's kosher holidays. I mean, there's even a funny thing I heard about. You can go on a kosher holiday to Africa on a safari and watch the rhinoceroses as you eat your kosher food. So it's really a tremendously huge business at the moment, and that's obviously created a really great opportunities for people who want to go into this industry. So I think that was one of the reasons why myself being trained as a chef and working in the food industry for the past 25 years prompted me to open up this culinary school to give people the opportunity to learn to become chefs, and also just to get a great idea about what kosher cooking actually can be like.
Is this really meant only for religious people?
It's not only for religious people. I would say that predominantly most of our students who come to the school are more modern Orthodox. When I say that we're a fully kosher cooking school, I think that the whole idea is that it encompasses every type of Jewish individual, whatever his connection to Judaism is, just really to feel comfortable and come and just learn in our school. It's like the United Nations over here, with so many different countries coming here, so many different types of students and with different backgrounds, and it's just an amazing feeling over here.
Are they also learning halacha, or is it really more just about cooking?
Well, predominantly it's a very hands-on, practical school with very right brains, in terms of, like, from day one you're right in the middle of the kitchen cooking and learning kashrus and the theory of kashrus and just the theory of cooking through cooking itself. I mean, there are classes on kashrus, which is obviously a very important aspect of the program. And I mean, I would like to see that there are the kosher supervisors that are known as mashgichim, that they also have a good grounding in being a chef also. But I think that there's a lot of mistakes that happen in a kitchen, and if there's a mashgiach who is also a chef, I think one can overcome a lot of kosher problems that occur, every day in a restaurant or in a hotel.
Mm-hmm. How long does it take to learn to become a chef?
Well, I suppose that, that's a good question, because, I've been doing this for 25 years and I'm still learning more and more every day. I think that, in years gone by, one would go to school for 2 years, for 3 years to become a chef. But I think that now the way of teaching has become so much more upbeat, so much more focused on the practical side of things, that, you can go to culinary school for 6 months and come out with good, solid foundation skills. And the rest is just up to the person to really be able to develop those skills, So I think there's not really any sort of time period anymore of how long it takes to become a chef. I think that it's just honing your skills and just learning as many different styles and flavors as possible, you know.
Mm-hmm. We are talking with Chef Yochanan Lambiase, who is the founder of the Jerusalem Culinary Institute. So, Yochanan, this is really a finance show, and people are asking me, why am I bringing a chef on?
Right, exactly. You know,
so, let me ask you the question that's really, which is the finance question, is being a chef a good career? Is that a business for people?
You know, I think it is. I think, look, like any business, you know, or especially going into a business like this, which is very demanding. You know, you're on your feet every single day. You know, the pay at the beginning is not good. It's not. I would be the first to say that, but I think that it's a work of love. You know what I mean? I think that if you can sweat and work and really be very focused on what you want to do and where you would like to go, then obviously that flourishes into a very, very good career and with a very good paycheck at the end of the day. And having said at the beginning of our conversation that the kosher food industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, it's a $165 billion year industry. I mean, even non-Jews are eating kosher because of, predominantly because of the food scares that have happened in the world. So kosher is becoming very hip, trendy, and people are making a very nice parnossa from being a well-trained kosher chef.
Let's focus on this a little more. Sometimes my office is in downtown Jerusalem.
Right.
So I wander around quite a bit, and during my lunch break, I walk up and down the Ben Yehuda Street, and there are so many restaurants that come and go. And,
right.
It's probably, I always, tell people that that's a really risky business to get into. And my guess is that a lot of times
very true. Right.
Someone's a chef and he says, "Oh, I really like cooking," and so he opens a restaurant. But being a business owner and being a chef, I imagine, are two very different fields. So the question is it really appropriate for someone who's a chef to go ahead and open a restaurant, or should he stay away from that kind of thing?
You know, again, that's a very good question. I mean, you'll have people who have good grounding in business, that they say, you know what, I've got some money, I want to open up a restaurant, I like cooking, I want to open up a restaurant, and his worst enemy at the end of the day is going to be his chef, because if he is not bucky in the kitchen, he doesn't understand how the kitchen operates or in terms of cost control and menu control, then he's most likely going to close his restaurant in a year. A chef, on the other hand, and I can say this to all of my chefs because I have a lot of students coming here and saying, well, they ask me about opening up something in the future. And I say to them, listen, in order to be able to open up your own restaurant, go out and get yourself as much experience as you can working in restaurants, not only in the back of the house, which is in the kitchen, but also in the front of the house. Culminate that with some sort of a business management course. Okay, you can do those in the evening or whatever it is, to get more of a more well-versed idea of opening up a business. So I think that you're in a better situation being somebody who's trained as a chef to open up a restaurant, but obviously facilitating that with a business management course, rather than somebody who is looking to invest in a business but doesn't understand how the business works. I hope that you understand what I'm saying. Well,
I mean, I see this. I see this with people all the time. So clients of mine come in and they say, "Doug, I want to withdraw money from my account because I'm going to start a business because, my wife is such a great cook that we're going to open up a shop together." And
one of the services that we do offer also as part of the school is that we get courted by many food companies and people who are wanting to open up a restaurant, are not 100% sure about how to go about it, don't want to lose their pants, and we also assist them and consult them how to go about opening up a business in terms of their menu planning, their costings. We did something in Switzerland about 2 years ago where we assisted the gentleman to open up his, at least to get them on the first track of opening up their restaurant and getting it moving. So, again, I think there needs to be some hand-holding over here, and if someone came to you and said, look, I want to invest in a business, but he doesn't know anything about it, if he really wants to do it, he has to get some good consultancy, and I think that's just the done thing, in any business, that you shouldn't just open it up and just hope for the best,
Mm-hmm. Also, being a chef is running a big kitchen, for example, or even a small kitchen is very different from being a cook in your own house. Is that true?
It depends how many kids you have, but yes and no. Look, we've just opened now a new program, which is an 8-week program. It's twice a week to teach people good, strong foundation skills in cooking. People who love to cook, want to take this a little bit of a step further, a bit more of a serious hobby or whatever. But we have a lot of housewives who are coming and they say, look, I just want to know how to do it right, and we've had a lot of success from that, just understanding principles of cooking, methodology of cooking. It's just, and it's a great thing. So yes, in a way, there's everybody to his own, chef's a chef. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't really cook very much at home. My wife does the cooking. It's good for Yochanan Lambiase, but you'll find actually that chefs actually are not so adventurous when they're in their own kitchens as they are in their own restaurants. So, but no, I think that if one has good, solid foundation skills, you can use it in any area. Being a chef in a restaurant or in a hotel, then obviously it's more learning how to work with teamwork and in that. And obviously being tremendously organized to make sure that the food is coming out, right again and again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We have been talking with Chef Yochanan Lambiase, who is the founder of the Jerusalem Culinary Institute. We're just about out of time, but Yochanan, if you could just tell us, how could people learn more about the Culinary Institute?
We are found at www.jcichef.com. And we are located in Talpiot, in Yad Charetz, so we just moved to a beautiful new premises. Or they can phone us on 02-9923-128.
Sounds great. I'm getting very hungry just talking to you. Chef Yochanan Lambiase, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much indeed. Have a great day, Doug.
You've been listening to the Goldstein on Gelt Show with money maven Doug Goldstein. Doug's weekly radio show is heard around the world, but if you miss it, you can download the podcast at www.goldsteinongelt.com. The Goldstein on Gelt Show gives you up-to-date financial ideas so you can get on the path to financial freedom. If you'd like your questions answered on the air or off, send Doug an email to doug@profile-financial.com. It's your money for your future, so join Doug every week to build your wealth on the Goldstein on Gelt Show.